All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
I don't know.
Oh,
Shouldn't be low.
better now.
Hey, good morning, and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. I'm your host, Lance Miliaccio, with my co-host, George Ballantine. It's edge of the knife, tip of the spear. Monday morning, baby. You know, we got to go all in. Of course, it's better to be hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. George B. What's up, bro?
It's Monday. It's Manic Monday, but I want to thank the Mike Schwartz Show for rating us. Make sure you go check out his show. Give him a follow, like, subscribe. Just do it all. He's a good dude. Matter of fact, Mike, if you're listening, probably you're not, but are you coming on this Friday? Gonna make another Friday appearance? It's second week. Time to just shoot the shit on Friday. I'm gonna call it Shoot Shit Fridays, something like that.
Shoot the shit Fridays. All right. Well, you know how we do it here on this show. It's all about the truth, and we try to do all the work, do the heavy lifting for you guys and condense it so you're not stuck scraping mainstream media because, boy, it's a waste of time. It just seems to get worse and worse every time I look at all those channels. I go through everything, looking for stories for us and trying to find the top news and events and throw in a little sarcasm and a little humor. How was your weekend, George? Was it okay?
Busy working.
Yeah, you worked.
Busy working, and probably shouldn't have done what I did because my fucking knees bothering me. So whatever.
Oh, no.
It is what it is.
Never the one that you got operated on, I assume.
Yep. You assume correctly.
That's a good assumption. All right. Well, let's kick it off. If you like the show, you guys know the drill. Thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, do it all. By the way, we got a lot of new followers lately. Thank you so very much. We appreciate the follows you guys are giving us. We appreciate the vote of confidence. And don't forget, during the show, take the live link, share it far and wide on your own social media, help us grow. We really appreciate the people that are sharing that live link. It's a big deal to us. Makes a real big difference because, of course, you can only promote so much. It's great to have you guys helping us also, which is fantastic. And we really do appreciate it. So thanks very much, guys. All right, let's kick it off. If you'd like to sponsor the show, hit us up over at info@bigmig.com, info@thebigmig.com. Listen, you guys know we love our gold and silver. You've checked out our show, the Crypto Power Hour. It's the #1 crypto show in Rumble. If you're not already following that show, make sure you give it a follow after this show. That's the Crypto Power Hour. Getting crazy views, 7 a.m. on Wednesdays, 7 a.m. on Fridays. So thank you for that, for really everything you're doing. Even Rumble's noticed how big the show has gotten. We got a bunch of press recently, so that was great also. So if you guys check it out, you can look at the Crypto Power. You'll see a bunch of press releases. Anyway, what's this? It's silver, but this is the 62.2 gram prepper bar, perforated and very easily broken down. Your choice of 3 different denominations, of course, to fit a multitude of needs. I don't care whether it's for diversification, asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil. And of course, in the case of the prepper bar, it's very unique utility for barter and trade because you can just snap off a small piece. There's 3 different denominations. And of course, the prepper bar is a perfect gift. Who doesn't like precious metals at these prices? Everybody wants it. Grab a few, stick them in your sock drawer, your safety deposit box, your gun safe, wherever you feel safe hiding a few things just in case everything goes foobar. You never know what's really going to happen. It's constantly a surprise that what we think the administration is going to do, it isn't necessarily doing. But of course, these are exclusively mined and minted in the great US of A, and they're always selling out fast, but they do have them both. They do have a good supply right now because they had just restocked on Friday. So available right now, come with an asset report, fit neatly in your wallet, and the utility, of course, is going to enable their use in any situation. TheBigMigBar.com. You can head over to TheBigMigBar.com. We've got a promo code for your new listeners. All caps, Prepper, PRE, PPR. 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold. TheBigMigBar.com. That's Genesis Gold Group, or you can call 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. And last but not least, there's the QR code. You can jump to the website after the show, take a snapshot, make it easy for you. thebigmigbar.com, all caps prepper.
Oh, there it fucking finally started working. You know, I'm logged into Rumble to see what everybody watches, what everybody can see. And the shit wasn't loading for me. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
I know.
Considering, it's interesting that it's not on our end. Guys, George does an amazing job. He's always fine tuning his skill set. He does the production. Don't forget to check out On the Rocks if you're not following them. Great show with John Rocker and Steve Rickman. So check it out. Go over there. It's on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And they've got a great Saturday slot, Saturday night. And if you're looking for a couple of guys chopping it up, being extremely funny, that's the show to do it on. Check them out. On the Rocks. All right. So set the mood. You know how we do it. You got to have it once in a while. This guy's a comedian, of course, but this cracked me up. Very funny. This guy is a funny guy. You see him on Rogan a lot. I can't think of his name, but I grabbed this because I thought you'd enjoy it, especially with what's going on in New York City. But let's play the clip.
What's going on in New York City, Lance?
Yeah, too much.
Not
in a good way.
I'm Bob Isis of Isis Toyota, and we have a great collection of pre-owned certified Toyotas. But there's one thing I want to make very clear, and it's that we have nothing to do with the terrorists over there in the Middle East right now. And that's why we are the good ISIS.
All right, listen, you gotta lean into the ISIS thing. It's a good marketing tool.
It's a great marketing tool. I agree with Barbie. I think you should be like, here at ISIS Toyota, we'll behead the competition.
Yes.
No, we're not doing
Yes.
this. What are you guys talking about? We're not wishing death to any of our enemies. We are wishing death to high prices.
Me and Barbie, we can hold AK-47s.
Yeah.
No.
That would be so cool. So I'm holding an AK-47, she's holding an AK-47. You're like, we got the best Toyotas. And I can be doing that like terrorist turkey gobble thing. You know what I mean? We're like,
He's good at it.
Enough. At ISIS Toyota, we have nothing to do with Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi and his vicious gang of thugs. All we're trying to do is put you into an affordable, pre-owned, certified Toyota.
people don't respect you.
To the youngsters, I know you're having fun. I used to have fun myself. But there's something you need to know. Stuff like that, that's a load of crap. That's a load of crap.
Can I be in a commercial?
No.
Come on, why not?
Why?
It's because I'm black?
No, it's not because it's because your name is...
Orenthal James Anderson. And at ISIS, we don't price gouge. But if we find a competitor with a lower price, we'll kill them.
Cut that. We're not doing this.
You don't love OJ? What are you saying, he did it?
No. God damn it. All I'm trying to do is get you into a Toyota.
We made this.
Jesus fucking Christ. Put
Isn't
this
that great?
away. Put this away.
We're in the commercial.
Look at it.
Wear this in the commercial. I'm not wearing that. Why not? I
fucking-
wore it on the bus here, dude. You know how hard that was for me?
You wore this on the bus?
Yes, I had to bring it
That's
here.
dedication.
Do you know how hard that is to get off? It costs more than the damn car.
Like, you're blowing it here. Like, you're
think
really...
I'm blowing?
Yes.
Would you quit it? Quit it. I'm losing money on half these things. Because you and your punk-ass kids come down and fuck with our shit.
You want an AK-47?
Stop fucking with our Toyotas. Come down and buy them like a man.
I'm under a lot of fucking stress.
I'll go fucking nuts. We are closed on 9/11.
If your dad was real ISIS, you'd be up in heaven right now, covered in virgins.
Yeah.
But instead, you're a fat fucking virgin covered in used Toyotas.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay?
am. You
So,
motherfucker. I'd like to
what do you
fucking
got?
rip
Oh my
your fucking
God!
head. Come down to ISIS Toyota or I'll fucking kill myself and everybody here.
I don't know about coming over there to buy a Toyota.
But, I see stuff like that sometimes. I don't know. It must be my edgy sense of humor. I can't help myself. That guy does crack me up. Hopefully you guys got a good laugh out of it. We want to start off your Monday with a few laughs. Of course, it's how we do it.
Better than a few laughs and a few bombs going off near you if you're living in New York City. This is why I don't travel to New York. I live 10 minutes, but I won't go there unless it's absolutely necessary.
And, we thought it was bad enough, right? That whole mayoral race and this guy, Mandami. I mean, as he turned out to be the total POS that everybody expected him to be. Well, I don't know if everybody expected him to be. There were a bunch of people in New York that voted for him. They thought they were going to get free food and free this and free that. Now he wants to tax the shit out of everybody to pay for all of it. I don't know how Donald Trump can say, "Oh, we had some good conversations." I don't even get that. I don't even. Personally, this is me. Maybe it's the wrong perspective, but if I was Donald Trump, I wouldn't even have taken Mondami's calls. They say he called into the White House. I wouldn't have connected with him. I just wouldn't have done it. Maybe that's the wrong way to take it. I'm not going to act like I like somebody or somebody's a friend of mine that isn't. I'm just not going to do it. In the case of this, I think it was a mistake, but you guys probably know about the attacks already. An Islamic terrorist bomb thrown at Christians. Of course, why wouldn't they throw it at Christians in New York City? And what I think is pretty incredible is that he used an explosive. I know quite a bit about EOD and other things, from back when I was a contractor. TATP is relatively easy to make. And this is the same thing that the Muslim terrorists use in the Middle East for a number of reasons. So it's really dangerous, even in small quantities, and they use it because its production is very easy from very easily accessible ingredients. I don't want to go into a lot of details on it, but you don't need to be a chemist to make it. So it's really sensitive to impact.
Don't give him any ingredients and don't give any ideas there, Lance.
I'm not. It's really, so friction. Actually, George, I was actually going to tell some people, and then I thought that's really dumb. You probably shouldn't share any of that. So I decided not to. I thought maybe people would want to realize how easy it is to make, but then I thought maybe some idiot would watch the show. Not that I'm saying we have idiots watching the show. Hopefully we don't, but you never know. You can set it off with friction, static electricity, even temperature changes. It's not a very stable product, and it's non-nitrogenous. So I won't go into all that, but pretty hard to tech, but easy to make. And it's a white powder. It kind of looks, when you get done, almost like snowflakes. So how the snow kind of looks crystalline. That's what it looks like. So let's play the clip first, George. You've got. Kick it off here a little bit. They did catch the guy already, but wow. Are you freaking kidding me?
Fox News has learned of a disturbing development involving the type of explosive used in the attempted attack and just how dangerous it is. Let's bring in retired NYPD Inspector Paul Morrow, who has more information on this device that was found. So it was a homemade device, Paul, but not necessarily a cheesy one, in other words.
No, not at all, John. And I have to tell you, having done about 15 years worth of this kind of work, counterterrorism work, this is a bit of a game changer. First of all, let me start by saying New York City got extremely lucky yesterday. TATP is enormously volatile. It is not very stable. It's extremely powerful. And it is the footprint, and if you go by past events, of serious bombing attacks. The London 7/7 attacks, Richard Reed's attempt on a plane. Many of us remember the Ariana Grande attacks outside the Manchester Arena. These are situations where you're well into double figures of people killed, never mind injured. So this was a very, very serious attempt, much more serious, I would argue, than it likely seemed to many right initially. And as to why they didn't detonate, in light of the fact that they were charged the way they were, is going to be something I'm sure that the federal authorities are going to be looking at very closely as they investigate these two perps.
Yeah, and hats off to the New York City Police Department for running in and stopping those attacks. They didn't just run away or go to a place of safety.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at, they didn't know what they were into there. All they saw was something that was smoking. For all they know, this thing is extremely powerful, but they ran towards it. Look, that's what your instincts are as a police officer. That's what you're supposed to do, but that doesn't mean it is any less heroic. So hats off to those guys, and thank God the devices didn't detonate. It really comes down to now, why? Was it an incomplete chemical formula? Were somehow or other the balances off? The mixture was a little bit too much of this, a little bit less of that. It's not a simple thing to make correctly, very clearly, and it's also extremely dangerous to handle. So this really could have been a much worse situation.
So where did they get it? I mean, is TATP something that you can, go to a hardware store and buy the chemicals and make, or is it something they probably brought in from somewhere else?
No, you can make you can get the chemicals, but you got to know how to mix them. You got to know how to mix them in the right proportions. And as I said, it's a volatile substance, and the footprint for this kind of thing previously has been the major terrorist organizations that we contended with for so long after 9/11. I'm talking about things like Al-Qaeda and ISIS. And as far as I can remember, John, and I'm taxing my memory, I don't recall it ever being attempted here on the continental United States. If you are in my old job, this is a very, very big deal. My understanding is that the devices are in federal custody, likely en route, I would imagine, to the FBI lab in Quantico, or perhaps the big lab that they have with the ATF in Alabama, and they'll be doing a very deep forensic on it. The NYPD bomb squad would have done the initial work on it. They would have deconstructed the devices, rendering them safe for handover to the feds here after x-raying them. That's what took a little bit of time. But look, the police commissioner's office has been pretty transparent. They came right out and told us, hey, these were very powerful, viable devices. This could have been a lot worse. But I would argue that the fact that they were charged with some version of TATP, which for whatever reason didn't detonate, and we may find out one of the cops on the scene literally pulled the fuse out.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of the story remains incomplete, but wow, this is a big deal.
So these suspects, 2 men.
Oops. Sorry about that.
George was doing some analysis of some stuff going on.
You know me, trying to figure out, because for some people they say the video it's grainy, and some they say it doesn't. I don't know. It's not my end, I can tell you that. Shit's working correct. You know, but we have, is this just going to be the start of the terrorist attacks? And you know how they're like trying to, you know, bring it down a little bit. Nobody's talking about that. They were Muslims, right?
No,
Nobody's saying that.
They didn't say they were white. You know how they love to reclassify people. They get caught.
What's crazy is
kind of serious though.
Hold on.
Right?
Yeah, the 3 suspicious devices that were found in New York City over the weekend. 3.
Now, were they all from these individuals?
Yeah, all linked to the same Muslim terrorist. That's right. They're Muslim terrorists. I'm going to say how it is. And for what? Because we were peacefully protesting? But it's okay when you guys protest and you don't even do it peaceful, but we ain't bombing you guys or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. I got the other video for this.
They're both in custody, right? So they've got them both. So there's a guy named Amir Balat and Ibrahim Nick. They're both in federal DOJ custody. They threw these bombs. We're calling these anti-Islamic protesters Nazis. So I guess they've got these Muslims and leftists now are teaming up to kill Christians, and the far left wing media is covering for them, of course, as usual. Go ahead, George.
Well, it's the first bomb where he threw at the protesters. You know, had a bunch of nails in it, and it didn't go off. Thank God, because if that sucker would have went off, you would have had a lot of people injured or possibly dead or whatever. But I want to play this video, and then we're going to talk about that Islamic terrorist mayor we warned you about.
Avenue between 81st Street and 82nd Street, we have been told that officers have located a third suspicious device in a car that is thought to belong to one of 2 suspects who were taken into custody yesterday in connection with 2 other suspicious devices. So now we've got a total of 3 suspicious devices that have been uncovered here in the Big Apple. And we know at this point from high-level sources and from the NYPD that at least one of the devices that has been confiscated is a confirmed IED. Fox has been talking to high-level sources all throughout the day, and we actually learned today that one of the IEDs that was taken into custody yesterday had an explosive called triacetone triperoxide, or known as TATP. Fox News contributor Paul Morrow talked about this earlier today, and he said this is an explosive that has been used in other high-profile, deadly.
But then here's the kicker. Now you have the mayor of New York. He's trying to say, oh, this was rooted in white supremacy, you know, trying to put it on the white people, this and that. Let me tell you something, Mr. Mayor. I'm proud to be white. It ain't white supremacy. Well, if we want to protest now, they want to use that talking point, and this bastard wouldn't even say that the terrorists were Muslim or Islamic. God forbid he would not say that. That's what a piece of shit he is.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. Piece of shit is what I was going to call him. But I like how he's like, oh, I'm the first Muslim mayor. They say anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me. Think about what he just did there. Think about the fact that he's not going to talk about an attack on his citizens. He's got to talk about how awful the protest was. Why? Because he is a piece of shit. This is exactly what you get when you vote for a piece of shit. He's not going to talk about, wow, this was really dangerous. Because, what those bombs were, they could have hit more than just the protesters. There's no way to control when you wrap an IED or an explosive device in nails. It's not like you can determine, okay, nails only hit the people that are the protesters. These are not devices that make a decision that are specific to one individual. It doesn't sound like that these guys were very good at making devices, thankfully, because had they gone off, like George said, a lot of people would have got hurt. But this is a total. I got to be honest. If those police officers on the right of him in this video had even one nut, they should have reached over and just punched him right in the face and dropped him like a sack of wet potatoes. This guy I'm just telling you, this is a crazy way for a mayor to react when his city was just attacked by some extremists. This is a dumbass thing to do. Donald Trump, I'm going to say this to the administration. You should never talk to this scumbag ever again. Honest to God. I don't know what you're doing talking to him. This is not somebody you should be communicating with. You're really letting down the people that voted for you, because this guy should just be shut out. And as a matter of fact, with this kind of behavior, maybe it's time to cut off all the federal funding to New York, because I don't think you're going to get from this guy what you think you're going to get, because this is a shit salad he just served up. Let's go ahead and play the clip.
We're home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home. While I found this protest appalling, I will not waver in my belief that it should be allowed to happen. Ours is a free society where the right to peaceful protest is sacred. It does not belong only to those we agree with. It belongs to everyone. I will defend that right every day that I am mayor, even when those protesting say things that I abhor. Let me also be clear about something else. New York City will never tolerate violence, whether from protests or counter-protests. Many of the counter-protesters met this display of bigotry peacefully, with a vision of a city that is welcoming to all. But a few did not. Two men, Amir Balat and Ibrahim Kayumi, traveled from Pennsylvania and attempted to bring violence to New York City. They are suspected of coming here to commit an act of terrorism. There is video of these two individuals throwing two devices towards the protest. The police department has determined that these were improvised explosive devices made to injure, maim, or worse. Thanks to the swift and decisive actions of NYPD officers at the scene, both men were immediately taken into custody, and the devices they brought taken off of our streets. I want to commend the officers who were on site.
Now, these two dudes, they came from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I know the Pennsylvania was, I don't know, the FBI, whoever were raiding their homes. That guy, listen, the FBI actually arrested him and not the state of New York, because they would probably, Alvin Braggs probably would have just slapped him on the wrist or let him go or something, because they're soft on crime, and especially because they're Muslim, yada, yada, yada. So hopefully the FBI throws a book at these bastards. I would. But Lance, speaking of Islamics, what do you think? Let's today's Monday the 9th. Everybody in the chat, I want to hear your prediction. Because Iran picked the new supreme leader. And it was the Khomeini's son. This is Motaba Khomeini, whatever the freak. He's a new leader. How long do you think it's going to last till he gets bombed and killed? You go first, Lance.
Well, I don't think it's going to be very long. I don't know how to put a date on this, but I can tell you this, that his positions, if he's aligned as far as his political beliefs directly with his father's positions. This guy's not some kind of a different leadership. And already President Trump is implying that any new leader will need U.S. approval to remain in power. Of course, the Iranian officials are firmly rejecting that, because that's not what they want. They want to continue to steal from their people, kill their own people. And this guy is just more of the same. So I don't think his if they're able to locate him, and they've been doing a pretty amazing job so far of locating new leadership and taking them out, I don't think he has long to go here. I don't think this is what Donald Trump has in mind or anybody else has in mind. They want to clean out anything to do with the old administration. As George had already said, the people there, they don't even want to be Iran. So, this is going to be interesting. He'd already said that, of course, we should change the name back to Persia. Let's play the clip.
Wait. What? So what's your time frame, bro?
Man, I mean, honestly.
No, lie to me.
The way they've been going, under a week.
Under a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say Rat Dog 2020, 48 to 72 hours. They've been tracking his favorite goat.
His favorite goat, yeah.
So
his girlfriend and his goat.
So they just announced it. So now I'm going to give it, I don't know, 2-3 days for U.S., just to make it look good. Say we tried to reach out diplomatically. The new leader doesn't want to, bend and still wants nuclear weapons. So today's Monday. I'm going to say Thursday or Friday. I wonder what Polymarket has on it. I'll play the clip.
Iran has a new supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the deceased dictator, was announced recently. Crowds were shown on Iranian state TV celebrating the announcement. Let's check back in with Steve Harrigan, who's live in Megri, Armenia, near the northern border of Iran. Hi, Steve.
They say this was.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not looking good.
No.
I mean,
it's just going to be more of the same if they don't take him out.
Would you accept the leader role knowing that, they keep bombing and killing everybody anyway?
Well, isn't that what arrogant people do? I mean, he probably thinks he's untouchable, that, he's going to continue with his father's system. He doesn't want to give up mining Bitcoin at $1,300 a Bitcoin, even if he has to steal power from the hospitals and the orphanages like he has been doing. Look, I mean, the greed will make you behave in an odd way. But yeah, I think he's made a mistake, but we'll know if he's made a mistake. Let me put it this way. If the U.S. and Israel take him out in under a week, if they do it in Georgia's time frame, even better, but if they do it in under a week, I have a feeling they'll have a very difficult time from that point moving forward to get anybody to agree to take that position. But that being said, greed will make people do some crazy shit. And in this case, I think a lot of it is greed and power. They want to have the power. And the old administration is not going to leave quietly. They don't want to free the Iranian people. They want to continue to operate, and they want to continue to work with global terrorism. So I don't know. The U.S., let me put it this way. I know that Congress is just chomping at the bit, waiting for the 60 days to be up, that Donald Trump's actually allowed to do what he's doing. I know they're chomping at the bit. I've heard some stories about, we'll just have to wait out the 60 days. We're stuck. But I think that we better get in there and we better mop up every piece of that old regime if we really want to turn Iran around. So we'll have to see what happens. But I'm kind of surprised, George. Maybe there's something I missed. All these other countries that the Khomeini randomly bombed and attacked, I haven't seen any of them trigger and jump in and start taking their pound of flesh. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they can't just go in and, they have to work it out with Israel and the United States so there's no confusion. We have innocent military people get shot down or killed. But y'all remember last week I said once we get rid of all the regime over there and it goes back to for free for the people, get rid of the name Iran and call it Persia. Now it just came out on, I think it was Sunday, Lance, that the Iranian people are now claiming we are Persian, not Iranian. So they want to switch back too. Maybe they watch the show. I don't know. But
I don't blame them.
But
did you see the negativity connected to the name Iran? That's for sure.
Did you see when Israel bombed Iran's oil sites? You see how like the smoke, the fire and shit? It was like it's raining oil, like black rain. They said. You see that?
I did not up until you grabbed this clip.
It's freaking crazy. Look at this clip, everybody. You got to watch this shit. It's crazy. You know, not for nothing, but the guy in the car that was driving towards the flames and not a fire, I wouldn't be driving towards it. I'd be driving my ass the other way.
Yeah, I mean, you never know if they're going to strike, make a second strike. I mean, you know, and miss. What if they hit the highway instead of a refinery? But you know, Donald Trump. Of course, this is going to affect the price at the pumps. Let me forewarn you: our gas is already climbing. It's going to continue to climb. Donald Trump calls that short-term pain, long-term gain. I don't know. Is the American public tired of short-term pain? I mean, listen, I understand it. I understand the need for what they did. I get it. But I'm not sure I want any more short-term pain right now. I think I've had enough.
I think that they're saying the price of gas going up. I think it's all BS. There's enough oil and gas. There's enough to get around. Now you can get through the Strait of Hormuz because, you know, we got the Navy there watching them and escorting them. I think it's all BS just to make gas go up. But the best was Gavin Newsom here talking shit about it. Meanwhile, before this, his gas in his state's like $7 and change. $7 and change in freaking California. Just before we bombed Iran, by the way. $7 and change.
A guy that has an 800 SAT combined score.
He can't read either.
Yeah, he's a freaking idiot. You know, anybody that's and it's incredible the act he puts on. He's such a scumbag. Really. He's the worst of the worst, and I don't care what his title. I don't care if you start with a Democrat or a Republican. You have to talk about people.
Oh, look at this.
I just don't think we need any more low IQ congressional members.
There's a story that just came out. It just came out in fucking Gateway Pundit. You're gonna love this. Holy shit! This is embarrassing for the new leader. It says Iran's new supreme leader, Khamenei, struggled with impotency. Couldn't find a wife, was treated in UK. Shit. Poor
Probably
bastard.
because he was attracted to goats and young boys.
Probably because he's gay. And he doesn't want to, you said it right, yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to get, because they'll kill you if you're gay over there in Iran.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't admit that he
Schmuck. I'm already paying close to $5 in Washington for regular. Well, that's because Washington State sucks. Sorry. You're there. Maybe we get you out or something. But I mean, I live in Jersey. It's liberal, and it just went over, I think, $3, and it's, you know, it was like $2.75, $2.60, fluctuating there, and then they raise it because of this shit.
Hey, before we go to break, I just want to share one thing. That dog we shared on Friday has been adopted. So if that was anybody from the show, thank you so very much. We really appreciate it. That dog that was, was potentially going to be put in a kill shelter has been adopted. So that's the good news. Just wanted to share that. And thank you from somebody from the audience for doing that. Nice to do, positive things like that. All right, stay tuned. Big show is going to be right back with George Valentine, Lance Miliaccio. When we come back, guess what? The FBI just secretly seized election records from one of the worst election cheating states and counties in the presidential election. It's about time. That's all I'm going to say. It's about freaking time. We'll be right back.
Don't feel bad, baby. I'm up next. All we do is scam. Shake it for the cam.
Be right back.
Let me see it with no hands.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here we your host, Lance Migliaccio, George Ballantine, Made in America, baby. Big Mig Mafia in the chat with the Big Mig Army. So if you can, hit that thumbs up button, like, follow, share, subscribe, do it all. If you can join the chat, please come in, say hello. We got our family there. We got a lot of people in there. We chatting away in there. But let me give a shout out to our sponsor, and because Lance and I, we got a solution for you, especially if you, for those who can't watch their crypto 24/7. I'm talking about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday Americans. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, but now it's available to you. And clients, they're already seeing over 250% returns on their investments, all with military-grade security and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Oh, damn, I didn't switch, huh, Lance? Oops. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution that's finally giving everyday Americans access to a crypto opportunity of a lifetime. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you can get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR code's right here next to me. Take a screenshot. Go there later. The link's in the chat right now. The link's in the more section under the video. It's there if you need it. We'll give you multiple ways to access it. All right, Lance, a lot. Listen, this came out today, and actually Trump posted it on his True Social. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, everybody might be getting excited and everything, but so the FBI secretly seizes election records from Arizona and their largest county. They said a grand jury subpoena comes after the Arizona Senate raised concerns dating to 2020. And listen, we're in the year 2026. 6 years later, and it's just now seizing the records. That's the crazy part. 6 years later. Damage is already done.
Exactly.
The damage is already done. We had to endure 4 years of Biden and every piece of shit thing that came with it, from his appointments to everything. That's 4 years of hell. I mean, why? It should not take 6 years. It shouldn't. it's crazy. All right, we got, you got to get the evidence, but so many people went through it, showed anomalies, showed where the cheating occurred, but I don't know, nothing happens. So, am I excited about this? I don't know. They raided Georgia. We haven't heard nothing about that. I haven't seen anybody get perp walked yet, put in handcuffs. I didn't see. Listen, if they just show these two states that Trump actually won, then the 2020 election is null and void as Biden winning it. Then me personally, every appointment that he did should be overturned. That SCOTUS judge that he appointed, get rid of her. He shouldn't have the right to pick them because he didn't legitimately win. But GOP's got no balls. They still certified the election when they shouldn't have. So I don't know, Lance. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think anything good?
Here's my thing.
Tell me.
They're raving about that, as you said, George. These are reports that came in from Republicans and Democrats about irregularities. Pretty simple. It should have come out a lot sooner. Why it's taking so long for the FBI to have gotten involved. I think it's great that they're doing it. But again, why are we so far into Trump getting elected? He said, if you remember multiple times, even during his, run for the second term here, I guess call it the third term, call it whatever you want. He said, we've caught them all. We've caught them all. I don't know where that is. Where is that information, George, where they said they caught them all? I'm still wondering. Now they're having to subpoena records. If they already caught them all, then why aren't we indicting them all? You guys tell me. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I'm just thinking about the statements during the pre-election. After Donald Trump got screwed on that second term, we know what happened. He said, we caught them all. We've got all the information. So I don't know. Again, I understand that maybe they found additional information, but if you caught them all, then indict them all. Pam Bondi could just continue to just, not really do what I thought she was hired to do. I don't see it. You tell me, George, am I wrong?
Absolutely not. You're not wrong, Lance. You're 120% right, 2,000,000% right. We caught them all. Who would we catch? As you're referring to that, we caught, meaning like we had the evidence, we seen that the cheating. Maybe say that, but we think it's not like, who'd we catch? I don't know. I'm still waiting. You had that Georgia judge where Professor Alderman, was it? That hacked into the machine multiple ways. One way using a pen or pencil. And this judge took his time and then ended up throwing the thing out and sending it back to the state because nobody wants a rule on it.
Most of the courts came back with their bullshit procedural answer. Oh, we don't have jurisdiction of this and blah blah blah. They literally used procedural blocks. They don't want to admit that we have a completely corrupted election system. I'm just kind of disgusted. I don't know what to think anymore. I really expected more out of Kash Patel and Pam Bondi. I really did. I didn't know Pam Bondi. She came out of left field to me. I really had thought that Donald Trump was going to pick somebody like Sidney Powell. But I don't know what happened here. Maybe he was afraid to pick Sidney Powell. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe Susie Wiles blocked that. I really don't know what happened. But what I do know is we have all the proof we need in multiple states, and we got ungats. You know what I mean? We got nothing. Let's play the clip.
I want to turn a little bit to the affidavit that the FBI unsealed this week for justifying its raid on the Fulton County election warehouse where the 2020 ballots were seized. It had a very important word in it, substantiated, that the FBI had substantiated that certain legally required procedures in Fulton County weren't followed and that some really sloppy things happened. Fulton County admitted to the FBI they double counted ballots. Fulton County admitted they lost some ballots. Fulton County admitted that they didn't follow with some of the state laws, and as a result, there are federal laws that can punish people who don't follow the state laws for administration of elections. It's not the equivalent of having a fake voter or having an illegal vote in an election, but having deterrence so that people follow the way we're supposed to count votes. How important is that to you?
Well, we need to have one set of rules, and then everyone needs to follow the rules. It's why legislation in this space is so important. Then you need to make sure that you're enforcing the law. So it's not only what's the rules on the books, we also need to enforce it.
How are you going to have a rep on there saying we need to enforce the law and you need to follow it, when they themselves do not enforce the law and follow it. I mean, come on, bro. That's a worse example to bring on your show and use that. I mean, that's a problem. If the GOP actually did something, maybe we'd get somewhere, but they're not. They're just all for them selfish pockets, nothing for American people, nothing for their constituents. I mean, take a lesson from the blind dude, the one-eyed dude. I don't even want to say his name anymore. He turned a blind eye on his constituents, and he just lost the primary. I mean, shit. Now we're fighting for Paxton and for Paxton. It's a fight over there. Matter of fact, you know what, Lance? I forgot you could do polls on True Social.
Oh, yeah.
So I threw up a poll yesterday. Who do you want for Senate, Paxton or Cornine? It's still going. I did it for like 2 days, but it's overwhelming.
What was your reaction?
It's still going. I mean, it's like 90.
So was everybody picking Paxton?
Of course.
Well, I figured they were. I just
Hold
was
on.
curious.
I'll tell you right now. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, just curious. 80%, 90%.
So there's 289 votes in there, 96.2% for Paxton. There's 1 day remaining on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's no doubt. Hopefully they're paying attention. It's always strange to me because Paxton seems to be the clear and above choice, but the other guy's not going to drop out regardless of what Donald Trump says. You know how people are. They all want to win. At the end of the day, that's how it is.
Yeah. And anybody from Kansas City in the chat? I'm just curious because they had you see that yesterday at the Kansas City International Airport?
I did.
This shit was on lockdown. Everybody had to evacuate. They said they're following a credible bomb threat. But they didn't
Did they find a bomb?
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't hear anything about finding. I know Secretary Sean Duffy gave the all clear, Transportation Secretary. So I don't know. I mean, it was, we got the video, I'll put it up, but like people were just, you had to leave, get the hell out for a bomb threat. I mean, it's not easy bringing anything into the airport anymore. So I don't know. Is Kansas City Airport more relaxed on security or what? What do you think?
I don't know.
I'll play the clip.
I don't know.
You just play it?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look too chaotic. People don't look too concerned. They're just, nonchalantly walking. I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
Not knowing if there's a bomb in there or nothing. But, I wanted to bring something up because somebody reminded me in the chat about Paxton and Cornine. So you had three people running, and one was Hunt, and he's out because you have, you take the higher two and they battle it out. So if Paxton gets the guy Hunt to endorse him, and all the people that voted for Hunt vote for Paxton, it's over. Paxton wins by a lot because he picked up a couple 100,000 votes. That dude. I haven't heard anything from that. You think the guy Hunt doesn't like Cornine? So I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if anybody else has. No, KC is strict. All right, KC is strict. All right, good. Wait a minute. Hunt already said he would. Oh, awesome. I haven't heard anything. You haven't seen any official announcements, videos? Got to come out and say it.
So you guys have heard that quite a few illegal immigrants, quite a few foreigners.
No such thing as election fraud.
Okay. No, you guys. No election fraud. Exactly. You've probably heard that, quite a few illegal immigrants, resident people that shouldn't have voted in the election. And, don't get me wrong. These people should be arrested. But what I think is amazing is that these are the only arrests we're hearing about at all. This is a Canadian citizen named Dennis Bouchard. He pled guilty to voting in multiple U.S. elections in North Carolina despite not being a citizen. So he's been charged. But what I think is really interesting is, and don't get me wrong, Bouchard deserves to be charged. But my comment is, why aren't any of the government officials getting charged? Where are all the county election officials? Where are all these officials that took the ballots up from underneath the table and double scanned ballots? We've got them on camera doing it. We know they did it. Why aren't they being indicted? I think it's incredible that all these people were involved in the cheating, and the only thing we can do is arrest an illegal immigrant for voting. Yes, I think he should be arrested. Just like those Pakistanis, they found a massive group of Pakistanis that voted in the last presidential election. Those people had never even been in our country, and they voted. Again, because that's what the system is. It's built to cheat. We know they did it across states. This is great, but where are the government officials? See, for some reason, I keep not getting any arrests that are related to government officials. So I guess this guy voted in, this is an illegal alien in Pennsylvania, also got caught. Now, that was the one for Bouchard. They caught another one in Pennsylvania. He voted in 5 presidential elections, also committed fraud, stealing $260,000 in rental assistance, $100,000 in Social Security, and $43,000 in SNAP. Let's play that clip. Another foreigner.
I just want to say, so people say, this is just the one Canadian. It's just this guy. No, but you see so many little these arrests happening. But just think about how many more they have not caught or seen. And it adds up.
Where are the government officials? Why aren't all the people in Maricopa that cheated? I mean, how much more evidence do you guys need that those people covered it up? Why don't you just go in and arrest a bunch of them? I mean, this is my point. I'm happy this arrest happened, but it's not enough for me. You guys in the audience, you tell me if I'm being sour grapes. Maybe I am. Let's play the clip.
Diplomatic immunity, you have to be a diplomat or be associated to have that.
Heated battle over voter ID heating up on Capitol Hill. A jury just convicted a woman in Massachusetts of voter fraud. Prosecutors say that she also stole more than $400,000 in federal benefits. White House correspondent Aisha Hasmi reports live from the North Lawn. Hi, Aisha.
Hey there, Martha. We're talking about a 59-year-old illegal immigrant who's been in the country for years, stole someone else's identity, and then voted in the 2024 presidential election. Take a look at this photo here. This is Lina Maria Arovio Hernandez. In this picture, you can see her, Martha, wearing that I voted sticker that we all get when we go to cast our ballots. She's also convicted of stealing $400,000, as you mentioned, in benefits. She apparently used her fake identity to obtain multiple state IDs and also a passport. So the president this morning, on Sunday, posted this on Truth Social. America's elections are rigged, stolen, and a laughingstock all over the world. He is calling for voter ID, proof of citizenship, and bans on mail-in ballots as he supports the SAVE Act on Capitol Hill. That's a Republican-led voter ID bill that is expected to hit the floor of the House this week. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is claiming the bill is just an attempt by Republicans to rig the midterm elections.
The question is that what Republicans are trying to do is to engage in clear and blatant voter suppression. They know that if there's a free and fair election in November, they're going to lose.
Okay, but not all Democrats out there actually feel that way.
And now, me as a Democrat, I do not believe that it's unreasonable or to show ID just to vote. And I remind everybody that less than a year ago in Wisconsin, they added that to the Constitution by a 63%. So it's not a radical idea for regular Americans to show your ID to vote.
Martha, you know how this works. Even if it passes in the House, it has to go to the Senate, where it faces a numbers problem, which is why you have so many Republicans in the House now calling senators to blow up the filibuster once again. Martha?
All right. Aisha, thank you very much. Got it. So former ESPN host Sage Steele on the All-American Alternative last night to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance. That's next.
I want to honor God in all that I do. I want to be a great husband.
I don't want to see that.
I don't know. This is the worst Congress we've ever had. I mean, they don't get shit done. Just a lot of yammering.
Speaking of,
isn't it historical they passed less real legislation than any other Congress? Isn't that kind of what's the word is now?
Yeah, and then here goes Trump. He people say, "Oh, Trump put Senate on notice." What? He announced that he will not sign any other bills until SAVE Act passes and demands these 2 changes to the legislation. So me being who I am, I had to quote post Trump's post on True Social. And I just said, I don't believe you have much to worry about because the GOP hasn't presented many bills for you to sign. And that's the freaking reality.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
And I think you're right. I mean, George, I think you nailed it. And that's for you guys in the audience, I have to ask, are you guys as disappointed as I am? Because I'm really disappointed. I really thought we were going to clean out the swamp. I thought we were going to make arrests. I've said it all along. If you want to win the midterms, if you want to make things happen, start racking and shacking, start grabbing some people. How about all the congressional members that have committed all kinds of crimes, insider trading and others? We know they committed mortgage fraud, but we can't even get an indictment. How about these judges that are weaponizing the system? Why don't you figure there's got to be some loophole to fire their asses? I've never seen a worse, this administration in the executive branch, it's embarrassing. It really is. And it's Congress. What a bunch of do nothing, money sucking, greedy scumbags. These people are awful. They're some of the worst of the worst. They get nothing done. I mean, yeah, great. We got, rid of a few of the lowest IQ idiots. I mean, we don't have to listen to Crenshaw. We don't have to listen to Jasmine Crockett here before long. She's gone. But is it enough? No, I say it's not enough. It's never enough. All right. Another one bites the dust.
And another one goes. Another one goes.
Donald Trump is ramping up. There's been some people that have come out. An ex-DEA supervisor said he's never seen an administration go so actively against cartels that Donald Trump's. So this is one thing the administration is getting right. So this is a big one. For anybody that doesn't know, this is Roberto Beto Bazan Salinas. He's a high-ranking Gulf cartel operator. I believe I've heard that he was in the top 5 in the Gulf cartel. He was just arrested for smuggling cocaine, methamphetamine, and marijuana in the United States. He was on the most wanted list, so this was a big one. This is a high impact, and this was a binational operation. Homeland Security coordinated with Mexico's attorneys generals for support from Interpol and the DEA, and they grabbed him on March 5th. So this is kind of a big deal. They're going after leadership. They're going to have to do more than that. There was a strike in Panama on some of the cartels. Donald Trump has talked about using drone strikes on them, but of course, Mexico hasn't agreed to that yet. But Mexico better continue to operate very quickly, or they are going to see that, because Donald Trump has pretty much said in the administration behind the scenes that he is not going to allow any of this to continue when it comes to narco terrorism. So that's big stuff right there. Another big one. This is some news that you guys are not going to be excited about. So I've been talking to a couple of hackers. Go ahead, George.
No, go ahead. You talk about it. Don't worry about it.
So somebody's watching you. You probably had no idea. They have figured out a way to use the tire pressure monitoring systems in Toyotas, Mercedes, and other major car brands to enable what they're calling silent vehicle tracking. Not so great if the terrorists have that, because they could track vehicles, because, of course, these TPMS are very common in all vehicles now. You guys know that. And Toyota, Renault, Hyundai, Mercedes, as an example, they broadcast unencrypted tire data. So there's a way that you can use a very low-cost passive tracking system. And they figured out how to connect to it. And basically, they found that this unencrypted data have unique vehicle identifiers in them. You can pick it up from about 50 meters away using a $100 device built with a Raspberry Pi, which you guys know is a very inexpensive, small computing device. You can go look them up. So if, let's say, theoretically, you wanted to track a government official, you could set these devices up along a known route. Let's say they're coming from their house, coming from, DC, coming from maybe a congressional meeting, and you can track a specific vehicle's movements without cameras. So currently, the reason they figured this out is thieves have been using them to learn delivery schedules. They can also use it to estimate cargo weights from the pressure readings and even spoof. Now, listen to this. Let's say they want the vehicle to slow down. They can spoof a flat tire warning to force a vehicle to stop. And right now, there's no idea that the car manufacturers are now aware of this and they don't know how to fix it. So basically these tire TPMS have been broadcasting these unencrypted unique identifiers for years. So this vulnerability isn't new. It's only the attention to it. So there's really no easy fix. And we're talking about millions and millions of cars already on the road with these sensors installed. So, it isn't that, of course, your phone is a much more effective tracking device because you carry it everywhere voluntarily. But this is just another system with, let's say somebody wanted to use these Raspberry Pis and they wanted to, rob your house. I guess some of the international cartel burglary groups have been using some of this to know if the person is returning to the house that they've been actually staking. So that isn't the only people using it, but this is pretty frightening because, of course, a high-level official, celebrity, or somebody else could be tracked very easily for very little money without having to worry about it getting into cellular data or access to cell phones. So something to be aware of. I'm not sure what the solution is other than removing the TPMS units from your tires. It's probably the easiest. Of course, then you're going to have that annoying red light on your dash. Pretty crazy, huh, George?
Wait a minute. So I know that the tire sensors, they connect to the car via whatever wireless transmission, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're not near the car, you're going to be able to connect and still track it from the vehicle, from those little sensors.
No. These Raspberry Pis have to be in certain proximity to pick up this unencrypted data. But they're saying, for example, let's say in your case, George, if you were leaving the house and somebody had these on your route, let's say they knew that you went one direction usually, they could put 2 or 3 up and it would trigger to let them know you'd left the house. So if somebody wanted to do an assassination or if they wanted to rob you, or let's say that you were a truck driver delivering a valuable load of, goods, could be guns, could be, bullion, they would use tracking devices that they would pick the TPMS from the unencrypted data and they would know that the semi's en route. Then they would send the semi a signal from the Raspberry Pis to say that you had a flat tire. The semi pulls over, of course, if you wanted to rob the semi. So there's a lot of different applications.
I don't think semis have those in their trucks. I'm not sure.
I think they do.
I don't think they do.
I think they do. I think you'd be, maybe not. I mean, I don't know.
But
again, I'm using an example that was in the article.
Let me just ease everybody's pain and suffering right now, or agony. If you're an everyday American, you ain't got to worry about this shit. They're not going to come tracking you if you're just a regular Joe Schmo or whatever. If you're a government employee doing something, or you got high value goods inside with you, whether it be money, gold, or whatever, TVs. All right, maybe you have to worry.
What if you're somebody that's wealthy and they want to rob your house?
I mean, dude, they could just stake out by the house and watch and get your movements and stuff.
Again, I'm sure. I'm not sure.
I could easily hack into their wireless Wi-Fi system and know what's going on. It's not even use that if you're going to do a house.
I think they're probably looking at a series. The reason I bring that up because this system was actually used in a robbery in Chicago. They were tracking a high net worth individual, left his house, and they used some of these, and that's kind of how they got really on top of this story. It was one of the first real times they found the pies.
You said you got to put devices all around to track its movements, right? I'm curious what kind of devices and where are you going to put them?
It was what I mentioned in the story, the Raspberry Pis. Raspberry Pi is a very small, inexpensive computer.
So you got to put these computers all along the route to get information and track it?
That is what was used in Chicago on that robbery.
Yeah.
So interesting stuff. All right. Well, anyway, listen, if you guys like the show, you know what to do. Hit that follow button, hit the thumbs up, comment, and like. Do whatever you can to help us propel the message. Take the short form, take the long form. George has been doing a crap load of short form. Go over and watch him. Great short form clips over on Rumble and the new Rumble system. So get them watched, drive up our numbers. And thanks, you guys, for tuning in today. We'll have a great week. We're looking forward to it. God, country, family, baby. Let's do it. George, last words.
It's Monday. It's manic. I wish it was Sunday. I don't know. Have a blessed day. Remember, if you're going out of the house, I don't care where you're at, just know your surroundings, be vigilant, because you don't know what's going on. So just take extra precaution. Better safe than sorry. Catch you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Peace. Stay blessed.
I might have to let it drop. Said got it hella big, had the money back again, like said had the hella big, had the money.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.